I am Gary Jones, and I have the privilege of working with the Muhlenberg County, what we call the Muhlenberg Alliance for Progress. It is the industrial recruitment arm of Muhlenberg County. Not a day goes by that I do not hear someone say, we need jobs. We need jobs. We read in the paper about coal mine layoffs. We read about TVA cutbacks, and there's reduction everywhere we look. Things are going down, down, down. People hear that. I remember December 31st of 1992, the gentleman's in the audience tonight that walked up to me, Mr. John Rogers, and said, we are closing the mines. We will not produce any more coal. I haven't worked a day in the mine since. I remember how that felt. I literally cried when I heard that, and it was years getting back to the level of salary that I had made as a coal miner. It's not easy. I understand that, and I have empathy for that, and believe me, every day I live with that, and I pray every day that the good Lord will send us a factory, a good business to this county, and it will happen, folks. It's going to happen. Just be patient with us. But there's also a lot of good things. Let's look at some things that have happened that are not the big headline maker in the paper of a factory coming with 120 jobs or 150 jobs. Central Screen Printing relocated from their old factory to the Pogue Chevy building in Central City and added jobs. Stryker Built relocated to Uncle Lee's mail order business over next to the Opportunity Center, created new jobs. You read in the paper recently, Bruco Marketing expansion, and they had 18 new jobs, and there was 10 prior to that about a year and a half ago for a total of 28. Bud's Gun Shop reopened Uncle Lee's and salvaged some of the jobs that we were going to lose there. And there's other exciting possibilities as I speak of a possibility of something locating here with 100+ jobs that I'm not allowed to talk about. It's in the early stages, but there's been a lot of interest in it. So if you're a praying person, pray for that will happen for us. But there are things that we have to have in place to locate jobs, and with these folks that are being laid off, we have programs. We have an entrepreneur program. We just got a $50,000 grant for training folks that may be laid off in the coal industry or at TVA that want to start their own business. We're going to try to help guide them through that. There's also a power grant that we're working with Hopkins County on, a lot of dollars coming from the state to retrain coal miners for other jobs, maybe something outside the coal industry. So that's in the mix. But as far as recruiting new industry and bringing industry to our county, there's things you got to have in place, and there's 7 or 8 things that are very, very important. And I'll talk about the most important last. One, you got to have an industrial park with infrastructure, with electric, gas, water, sewer, internet, rail. And we have that on the Western Kentucky Parkway. We have a 620-acre site there that has all of those things. We recently got a build-ready site there where we have a pad compacted, ready for a building. It will save a company 4 to 5 months construction time if they want to put a building there. So we have that. Industrial park located near the interstate. We're on the Western Kentucky Parkway, 9 miles from I-69. And also, living in Muhlenberg County, we are within a 350-mile drive of Louisville, Nashville, Indianapolis, St. Louis, Cincinnati, Atlanta, and Chicago. 50% of the U.S. population is located within 600 miles of Muhlenberg County. 41% of retail sales and 51% of manufacturing is located within 600 miles of Muhlenberg County. And the new I-69 corridor that will stretch from Mexico all the way to Canada runs within 9 miles of Muhlenberg County, and that is going to be a hub for manufacturing and warehousing in the future. So the future is looking good from that standpoint. Good quality schools that we've been talking about, good buildings, good teachers, great academic offerings, STEM offerings and all. Community college in your community, health care, good hospital, good clinics, good sports medicine, quality of life, churches, civics clubs, parks and recreation, festivals, arts and entertainment are important to industries that are looking to locate in Muhlenberg County. Housing costs, the varying cost of housing from high down to middle income, down to lower income housing is important. Amenities, having the land, as we said, low-cost utilities, tax incentives, tax breaks, training to help train the workers that will be hired at these companies. So we have to have all of that in place, but the most important thing on that list is a work-ready community that we talked about. And at some of the community meetings, I mentioned a company that wanted to come here, and the main reason they'd locate here, we did not have the workforce. They wanted 700 jobs. They wanted 6 interviews for every job, 4,200 available people. And we did not have the workforce, so that plant is being built in Cookeville, Tennessee, and it's just about completed as I speak. What is Work Ready? Work Ready was set up by Governor Steve Beshear, our previous governor. Governor Matt Bevin is carrying that torch forward. It is having wonderful things happening in 6 different areas. High school graduation rate. The current average in Kentucky of graduation in the state is 88.9. Muhlenberg County stands at 89.7. We're 0.8% above the state average. But by the year 2022, they want 98% of our high school graduates graduating high school to become work ready. GED, they want at least 1% a year drop in the number of folks that do not have a GED or high school diploma. When we started the Work Ready program 3.5 years ago, we were at 20%. We're down now to 18.73, so we're making some headway, but we got a ways to travel on that one. Educational attainment, as Gail talked about. They want 25% of the residents in Muhlenberg County that are 25 to 64 years old to have at least an associate's degree. We currently stand at 21.4%, but we started at 16.9%, so we're making gains on that. They would like for at least 15% of the residents 18 to 64 to have a National Career Readiness Certificate, which means you're proficient in applying math, reading for understanding graphs and charts. Currently we're at 11.54. We have to be at 15, but we started at 3.99. We're making great gains. Internet broadband coverage. And we're not talking about cell phone service, but your internet broadband coverage. They want you to have at least 90% of the residents in your county that has the coverage level of what they call 3 MPB, megabytes, I guess. I'm not a techie, but that's what they want you to have. And we currently have put in 3 new towers. They're waiting to be activated. They're actually installed. We're going to put in 2 more to improve the broadband internet across the county. That will be developed here real soon, and those towers will be turned on. And also soft skills, being punctual, dedicated workers, dress properly, work in groups, initiative, have some initiative, problem solvers. All of that is important. And this is what we start in the high school level, even in the grade school level, and are working through to change the culture that we have in Muhlenberg County so we can land that factory. And also later this month, Governor Matt Bevin will be in Muhlenberg County. We have carved out an hour with him, and we're going to sit and talk about what we need in Muhlenberg County and how we have been overlooked for many years. Everything has gone to the Golden Triangle or other areas, and say, hey, look, this is what we've got. Look what we've got going, what you're hearing here tonight. We've got all this going for us. We need a factory. We need some business coming our way, and we want to look to you to send it our way. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for your patience. And yes, I hear you. We need jobs. And believe me, folks, we're trying. I've made a contact yesterday in Atlanta. We're calling, we're sending out, we're emailing, we're doing everything we can do. We're listening to anybody who says, hey, I got an idea about something. We're trying to take that and run with it. So pray for us. We will get there. We will get better. I promise you. Thank you.